Good morning, 10th graders. It is October 26th. We are in week 2, trimester, hexmester 1.2. Would you rather dance or sing a full song in front of a class of your peers? You can't wear a mask, let's say, so you're fully exposed to looking like a fool. All right, good morning. Welcome back. Here's our agenda for the day. Go and take attendance real quick. Vocabulary, don't forget you are on your own to study these words. There's going to be about 15 words on your quiz next week, probably next Friday, I believe. We're going to talk a little bit about an activity where we look at our phone usage over the next 7 days, starting tomorrow morning as soon as you wake up. We'll look a little bit how we do that. Writer's workshop. We're going to look at some of our writing from Friday's essay. Some of us are still having problems submitting that to turn it in. We could talk in class about how to overcome those obstacles. We have an article or a video we're gonna watch, a short video from a former Google employee talking about how phones are designed and what we can learn or how we can be informed about the ways phones are designed and the way apps are designed. Other than that, we have our second Crash Course Media Literacy video. We'll have 2 this week, and we have our next section of reading. We're going to give you some time in class to get into our books and complete up our reflection questions. All right, your vocab word is rapport. It's a close and harmonious relationship between people who understand each other and communicate well. So you might have a close or a strong rapport with your track coach if you respect them and listen to them for advice. Or you might have a close rapport with a teacher who you might seek advice from, or a counselor who is helping you get scholarship information. All right, what you're going to be doing for the next 7 days, and we're going to start tomorrow morning. So because you've already been using your phone, we want to make sure we have an accurate idea of how much screen time we're using. For the next 7 days, you're going to monitor your screen time. From what I understand, I have a Samsung, so I don't know how to do that for my Samsung, but looks like a lot of people are Apple users. The market share is dominated by Apple. Apple does this already. It already kind of tracks and monitors and graphs for you your screen time. I believe it's in your settings. Talk to another Apple user. From what I understand from my in-person classes or students last trimester, they understood how to do this. This was not a problem. Otherwise, most phones, again, already track this data. You may need to download the Moment app. That's what I did with my Samsung. It's really simple. It's free, and when you download it and put it on your phone, and you don't have to do anything to activate it. You just open the app on the end of the day or the end of the week, and it'll give you a graph, bar graph displayed for the previous 7 days. So figure it out, play with it. You need to get it done and uploaded by tomorrow morning because you're starting this Tuesday morning, and you're going through next Monday. So 7 full days. You are going to write a paragraph, or you're going to graph your 7 days. Most apps already graph it for you. If not, you can do crayons or coloring pencils, graph it however you want. But there needs to be a visual representation, and then there's going to be a reflection that you write next Tuesday, and it's going to be based on this question. How might the time we spend on our smartphones affect or influence society? So base your reflection and experience and understanding how much time you're spending on your smartphones on today's video, on the media literacy crash course videos, as you learn about how media is designed and how it influences our brains, and as you today will see and hear from the former Google employee how phones are designed. All right. That's that. So get your phones ready to monitor your screen time. I've got a couple of paragraphs. Today's video will go a little bit more than 5 minutes, but we're going to read a couple of paragraphs. The purpose of reading these paragraphs is for us to see students that are doing good work, and I'll point out things they're doing well, things that they can improve on. But these 2 examples today and the ones that we'll be studying for the next couple of days are good examples, but we can always learn how to improve. All right, I'm going to save my comments until the end. In The Pedestrian, Ray Bradbury illustrates the effects of a society that has become consumed by technology. An example of this is shown when Leonard was walking down the street and looking at the houses. Leonard says, "What's up tonight on Channel 4, Channel 7, Channel 9?" Leonard asks what the people in their houses are watching, as he knows they will be huddled around the TV or some type of technology. In this world, people are using technology from the moment they wake up until the moment they go to sleep. The vacant streets, in Leonard's words, show how empty and closed off a world absorbed by technology can be. This is a great paragraph. It's to the point. It's well written. It follows most grammar and usage or common usage rules. I'll point out a couple of things that can be improved, but it's to the point. It's not too long. It serves its purpose well, and it has a thorough explanation for supporting the thematic statement. A couple things that we could do. The Pedestrian should be in quotation marks. It's a short story, so leave titles to be italicized only for books or volume titles. Right, Brad? All right. An example of this is shown. Yep, it has a great transition statement here. An example of this is shown when Leonard was walking down the street. It's a good way to segueing or transitioning from the theme to your example here. Everything's punctuated appropriately and accurately here. The parenthetical citation has the author's name and the page number. Great work here. And then the explanation here is to the point and talking about and supporting, going back to the theme statement of showing how society has become, effects of a society that has become. So something I would point out is that the theme statement here is more summary. It illustrates the effects of a society that has become consumed by technology. Yes, that is accurate in what Ray Bradbury is doing, but make a statement more about what happens when a society becomes consumed by technology. So I would adapt this theme statement more looking at the consequences of what happens when a theme statement or when a society becomes consumed by society. But it's good writing. It's to the point, and we can all make a few. We can all make some improvements. All right, I'm going to read this one through, and then I'll point out some things that it did well and things that it can improve on. In The Pedestrian, Ray Bradbury expresses that a society should be slow to judge and try to be perspicacious towards seemingly unusual people, ideas, and things. The protagonist, Leonard, is arrested while taking a stroll and getting some air by the only police officer in the city. Bewildered, he asks, "Where are you taking me?" To which the police officer responds, "To the psychiatric Center for Research on Regressive Tendencies." In this situation, a police officer finds taking walks radical. For the characters live in a society where activities such as these are merely extinct. Further, the police officer does not make an attempt to understand Leonard. Instead, he makes an impulsive decision to drive Leonard to a place that treats patients with mental health issues. This unpleasant encounter could have been avoided in their society if their society was more open to understanding different ways of life. Ray Bradbury expresses in The Pedestrian that society should be slow to judge through a story of preposterous traffic stop. Of a preposterous traffic stop. Very well written. I appreciate this student taking risks with their vocabulary expression. Good job with using a vocabulary pretty well used with perspicacious. And it's really to the point. We have a strong thematic statement suggesting a lesson we can learn from the story rather than just summarizing it. Good job with this. Do not underline this. Instead, again, put it in quotation marks. Same down here. There are a few comma splices in this situation. That's fine. Comma, that's an introductory statement. A police officer finds taking walks radical. No comma here. This kind of leads into a fragment. This I think this punctuation could be left, and maybe just this could all have been one sentence here. Furthermore, the police officers, this is good. Instead, that's fine. But this is great work otherwise. Really good writing, and it's all. Again, all of this explanation after these two quotation marks are to the purpose of understanding how people should slow down in their judgments and be more ready and have more ready insight into people, different ideas and things. So great work today. or with your writing. All right, let's move on. Your activity today, or one of your activities today, is watch the next Crash Course Media Literacy video. Again, this is all leading up to a summative assessment where you have short writing responses to questions and ideas relating to the concepts you're learning in these videos. So today's video will look at how our brains react and adapt to constant media exposure, and you'll learn how much media exposure you really have over the next 7 days. After that, we have an interview to watch. The link that you'll find in the form in these guided notes that you have access to in Schoology. You can read the transcript of the interview, or you can just watch it. So you choose what you want to do. And then beyond that, you have your next assignment or reading assignment, pages 18 through 32. There's always going to be a clean line break in all the assignments. So we're going to have a short reading quiz this Wednesday. So make sure you caught up. It's a formative quiz, but make sure you all caught up for the reading quiz on Wednesday. See you, 10th graders.